But wouldn't that be odd? Do you think it's possible for this to be Jiro-san's bike? Odd, huh? Takano-san, her hair elegantly fluttering, peers into my eyes. Well, there are no bed and breakfasts in Hinamizawa, are there? Jiro-san would need to be staying in town. Is that so? Well, I guess that's right, huh? You can't really walk from town to Hinamizawa, can you? And there are no buses either. You at least need a bicycle. She didn't need to tell me that. That's why Jiro-san was riding a bike. But Jiro-san's bicycle to be stowed in my car, and him not in there. That would be strange, wouldn't it? It would mean Jiro-san was in Hinamizawa without a bike. I'd have to have left Jiro-san somewhere and put his bike in the car, wouldn't I? It wouldn't make sense. As she spoke, Takano-san made eyes like a hawk. Unfortunately, I didn't really understand what was so odd. What about Arizona? Aren't you and Tomitake-san friends? I don't really think it'd be strange for there to be some reason you had his bicycle in the car. But it would be. What I mean is, Jiro-san and his bicycle being in different places in Hinamizawa wouldn't make sense. And for those reasons, it means this bicycle can't be his. Do you understand now? Takano-san's roundabout way of talking was hard to comprehend, but that eeriness I could feel, that vague dreadfulness, I didn't like it at all. What's the most wild and instinctive part of me wanted me not to pry. That's my bicycle. Jiro-san picked it out for me then, so I can't deny that it looks alike. Ah, I see now. I thought it looked similar. Man, the way her face just switched there. I mean, look at those eyes, they really are like a hawk, aren't they? You and I never saw each other tonight. And now she was talking about something completely different. What are you talking about? You and I never saw each other tonight. I stayed there not knowing what to say, and Takano-san repeated their eerie phrase to me again. Words that I am unfamiliar with. You and I never met this night. You and I never saw each other tonight. Something cold and unpleasant crawled up my spine, but it was not simply the rain. I knew because I'd killed a person with my own hands before. Before I came to the conclusion that I only had one chance to be between them left to keep her quiet, and I couldn't hesitate. So I could tell that she'd arrived at the very same conclusion. My instincts warned me again. I wish I'd never met this woman. The faint scent like a rotten smell drifting from this woman was no doubt the exact same scent that I was giving off right now. The very peculiar aspiration, the lack of uncertainty articulating his life to a purpose, and that only those who are bleeding above everything had. Actually, maybe I should have called it, naughty. It meant, and I didn't know how to explain this very well, but Takano-san the same as me. In other words, someone who shouldn't have been there. Someone I couldn't have let anybody know was here. Someone who nobody would have wanted to see. And now that we had, we could calmly pretend as though we never met. Yes, it meant that just like I wanted to have nothing else to do with her, she didn't want anything to do with me either. And she too wanted to make it so that we never met. Both of us wished for the same dream. Our desires were the same, but then Takano-san's suggestion was extremely practical, and that I couldn't outright refuse. If that's fine with you, then sure, whatever. Wait, that's probably maybe Keiichi. If that's fine with you, then sure, whatever. You and I didn't meet this night. You're right. That would be best for you too, wouldn't it? Why do you think that? It's seriously asking that. You can't figure that out on your own, Bob. You cut me off with the condescending word, boy! Boy! Let's see how this would sound in Japanese. Boy! 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 Where's boy? Boy is... Otokono. Otokono. Why has it got an extra ko at the end there? Otokonoko. You otokonoko. That's a tongue twister, that. Is that the word she's using for boy? Yo, it's just like when I was catching the bus earlier, I was like waiting for the bus so they could go to college, and as I was standing there, this one guy ran, and it's like, he just randomly commented on how I looked or something. I don't know. He just said something like, "You look like you got the world on your shoulders, boy." Not in a kind of like boy, but more just like, "You look like you've got the world on your shoulders, boy." And I was like, "What do you mean? Do I look stressed?" Probably. It's like I hate catching buses, and I like hadn't really all that long. Woke up earlier and I'm just like, I don't know. I was in my house in a place most unto the feeling, and yet there was a frozen thirst for blood coming from both of us. I would be killed right here, right now. What was that? Oh, nothing. Just referencing something else in a previous song. And all that, yeah, then I should have definitely been there as we passed on. A damn greasy sweat broke out on my body. That's fine, if you want me, then you can come anytime. And when I made up my mind, she shook her head elegantly and turned on her heel. Good. I'm a kind person after all. What was good? How? Because she was a kind person, a savage? I didn't get it. Definitely got into her car. We didn't exchange any words apart. I performed a massive feat. The hero of Satoku's uncle, and yet I didn't feel any accomplishments. On the holy night of Oyashira's curse on which the taking of another's life was allowed. On the terribly rainy night when the demons wandered as agents of Oyashira grew. The demons were never supposed to meet, but suddenly they did. The demons parted ways triumphantly. There was no reason for them to fight. First, their objectives had already been accomplished. As the rain hit me like a waterfall, my eyes met the stopping sound through the car window. The female demon, her mouth twisted into a distorted, fearless smile. It was too late to kill her. Far too late. That first moment, the very first moment we saw each other, had been my best chance. And now that we had parted like this, I was acutely aware of it. I should not have let her live. In spaces. She beeped her horn quickly, then her car drove away into the deluge, or whatever. The one woman who knew what really happened tonight disappeared into the dark. As long as she was alive, this night would never really end. Just get into an accident, I thought to myself. In this damned horror, slip on some mud or something and drive face first into a tree and die. Well, that's nice of you, Keiichi. That wasn't a delusion, a wild flight of fantasy. It was an earnest wish, yes. It was a command. Die! Shit! I'll keep your mouth shut for eternity! Because I have no doubt you're wishing for me to die all the same. My curse of long hair faded gently as darkness and tail lights disappeared into the utter blocks. Their car lights were completely out of sight now. Even the sound of the engine faded into the sound of the heavy rain and was inaudible now. I too turned on my heel to draw the curtains on this insane night, to open my front door and inventory. I began walking towards the front door. I was covered in mud and I made a squishing sound as every step I took. Squish! Squish! Don't worry, Keiichi, my boy. Squish! Squish! You die. Squish, squish. Her end will be as visible as she is. And thinking in between each squish, I'll throw her into some flames alive and let her dance until she's burned to a crisp. I'll burn her to ashes in the fires of hell itself until she's roasted as much as she devours. I wish I would really do that. Squish! Huh? Just now, I hadn't taken a step, and yet a footstep. Deja vu, eh, Keiichi? Except not really, but sort of. We had a similar thing that happened in Onikakushi, isn't it? That emotion I turned around. If there was a footprint that was my own, then it was obvious someone else was behind me. But somebody else there. I was sick of this. Whoever it was, I was sick of everything tonight. This time I would kill them. I'd kill them without a second thought. But then what if his parents see it? Would he go to that extra length? I mean, really, he's getting, like, insanely reckless at this point. Because, like, he's completely knackered. I wouldn't hesitate to turn around and dig another hole. But fortunately, there was nobody there. I wasn't going to have to kill any more people tonight. This night, I couldn't handle any more of it. Even if I hear the next footstep each time I stopped, I put it down to me just being tired. You know, shit like this will actually make sense eventually in one of the Anthrops. But not for quite some time. Higurashi when they cry. You received new tips. Fire from hell, victim of the 5th year. Dreaming along, taking extra steps on your bicycle. Well, just got a picture of a bicycle, but what is it? Fire from hell, fire from hell. Hell's fire and brimstone. Hello, do you need the hospital or the fire department? The fire department. Don't know who's speaking. Is there a fire or some other accidents? Please speak slowly and calmly. I think it's a fire. This is the rest area on the highway. I can see a ton of fire and smoke coming up from the mountains behind us. Nobody goes back there, so I don't know why anything got lit on fire. Anyway, I figured I should let you know. It could turn into a forest fire. I understand. I need to know exactly where you are, so please tell me your name, the phone number we can use to get in touch with you, and the exact location of the fire. Notice from the fire department headquarters, we have a report of a suspicious fire on the western slopes of Blah Mountain. Given its distance from the road, it could be a couple's bonfire or someone unlawfully burning trash. Location is deep in the woods. No homes in the area, but the fire could spread. Immediately go to the site to verify. This sounded familiar to you, viewers? If you paid attention to Tatarigoroshi, I'm not sure if the same thing happened in Onikakushi. I think it was just Tatarigoroshi. But this would sound familiar if you'd been paying attention in that one. Is this the fire station? This is the District Fire Department branch. We arrived moments ago at the reported area. Fire confirmed to be a burning oil drum left in the mountains. The fire is calming and there's no chance it will spread. And, well, in the oil drum, I think it might be a person. Like a person burned with kerosene or something. Well, I think maybe we should get the police over here. Kerosene! That's not what you use in Resident Evil. It's useless, man. The zombies get up too freaking fast half the time. There's no mistaking it. This is a person. Eek! Ooh! Victim of the 5th year. It's always on this road, isn't it? This here's curse, then. That's what it looks like. He kills them differently every year, but this is particularly glowing out your own throat. That isn't normal. Let's leave the rest of the old man in forensics. I'm sure you'll find some suspicious drugs. Thank you for your hard work. Wait, no, that's okay. Thank you for all your hard work. Oh, Oishi-san. Komiyama-san and the others have arrived. Oishi-san, much appreciated. Well, it would seem we have a pretty crazy one this year. Yes, we're being outsmarted. I was absolutely under the impression Teppei Hojo would get killed tonight. And he technically did. Who is the deceased? Jiro Tomitake, a photographer with a hobby for accommodating Bizarre a few times a year. Or maybe that is actually Oishi then. Jiro Tomitake, a photographer with a hobby for accommodating Bizarre a few times a year. We didn't even have him marked. I wonder what happened. Did they realize we were watching the Hojo residence the whole time and decided to switch their target? Maybe. We sure flubbed this one. And there are no problems with Teppei Hojo. Correct. His daughter left for the festival in the evening, and a little while later he left on his motorbike. His daughter came back first. Wait. Has he not come back yet? Is he still out drinking somewhere? Oishi-san, are you there? Call from Chief Takazugi. He's on the line in car 1. Keiichi's the dumbass. You freaking idiot, Keiichi. I mean, that had nothing to do with Keiichi, but, you know, when he was all like, oh, nobody would know. Yeah, right, Keiichi. Yeah, sure. You don't know how persistent Oishi is with this whole case, you know. He freaking was suspicious that he would be the one to die, and now that he's mysteriously disappeared, he's gonna question you. I wonder what happened. Like, how many tips have there been? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah. 16 tips, and since we didn't get an achievement there, there are still more to go. This question arc is quite long. At first I thought it was a dream. I was staring at the strange sheet, not really understanding what it was. That was all. I didn't go after it, nor did I ridicule it. The fact was that the boring view was the ceiling of my own room, but I didn't realize that for a very long time. Yes, I thought I had been dreaming, but I had actually been staring at the ceiling the whole time. Lafarge loose by the ghosts of the Kakados. Now that were right there, Lafarge. You remember in Dark Upper 2 when I think it was Yume or maybe Otome who said to Yoshiyuki was battling with Agnes, it's like, you're lethargic. And I was like, I was very unfamiliar with that word for some reason. So ever since then, whenever I see the word, yeah, clicks in my head. It means being like just lazy and not really doing much, just kind of lazing about. It's like, can't be bothered. The ultimate in lethargic creatures is clearly the sloth. Even after I realized I was awake, I couldn't draw forth the energy to sit up. Everything I could see, everything I could hear, everything was like a television broadcast that had already ended. It was hot. So hot I could choke on the heat. My back was moist with night sweats and it felt gross. Unable to endure it any longer, I tossed my feet on and finally blood started coursing through my brain. I lazily recalled the long day I had yesterday. The reality is I lay here listening to the voices of the Kakados, and yesterday it's so different from it. In order to kill Sudoku's uncle, I had rehearsed, formulated a plan, and dug a hole. It was very hot and I was tired, wasn't I? And when evening came, I went to school and called him out on the phone. I panicked for a moment when he asked where the police station was, but it worked out. And then I waited him and swooped down. I couldn't remember anymore what sort of emotions I had left control my body. In any case, it didn't go smoothly, but I did it. It was very hard to dig the hole for the body. That feel of the rain pelting down on me, I don't think I'll ever forget it. The rain, the mud, and the sprays of blood. The sensation of floundering in a swamp. When I met Takano-san on the way home, that wasn't good, no matter how I interpreted it. It was the most misfortunate and calculated thing that had happened that night. Everything would have been perfect if only I hadn't encountered her. I was just riding my bike with my shovel in one hand through the damn Bartlett circuit. There's no way someone could surmise I was a murderer bearing a body just from that information. Well, you think that, Keiichi, but it does seem awfully suspicious. As I was thinking calmly and napping under the morning sun, that's like it. Still, the more I think about Takano-san's eyes, it seemed like she understood. Takano-san, she knew in space bars that I killed them and buried them, and that I'd been on my way home, exhausted. Takano-san wouldn't gain anything from selling me out to the police, but that didn't mean I could feel at ease. I should have killed her. I had crossed such a bridge to get my tranquil life back, and I'd finally achieved it as a result. But now for the rest of my life, for all the tranquil days starting today, I'd have to live in fear of when they could suddenly end. Remember when he was like, oh yeah, and after that I'd go back to simple times. Bullshit, Keiichi, ain't happening. I may have twisted my ankle, dulled from total exhaustion, The fact that I couldn't make the snap judgment I needed to, I regretted it more and more as time went on. You didn't have a choice, Keiichi, my bar. You didn't have any choice at the time. You were tired. You were a mess. Even if you had made a decision, you might not have even been able to kill her. She might have just beaten you instead. Pimp slapped you and been on her way. In that sense, parting ways uneventfully could have been the safer option. No matter how sharp Takano's intuition was, she had no proof. Her suspecting me didn't amount to evidence by itself. Logically, I know that, but it doesn't mean I have nothing to worry about, does it? Just worry about it when the time comes. Now play the piano. Do, 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 do. Now isn't the time to be worrying, it's time for happy music. It's a time to be smiling, right? You accomplished so much just to gain a new life start today, didn't you? Then you should be happy at this new morning. If remembering the past is too hard for you, then just consider everything up to yesterday as having never happened. And you surely will be able to, no you won't. You said so yourself. You'd better act like it never happened. Well, your wish came true. Everything before yesterday never happened. Why, including every other day? No. So be happy, Keiichi, my bar. Yay. I stuck up my hands lazily. It felt a little silly for me to be the one doing it. I heaved a sigh from deep in my belly. That sigh got my lungs moving. It felt like I hadn't been breathing until just now. It wasn't enough to admonish myself over. All the dice that could be thrown already had been, and the numbers that turned up weren't bad at all. I lost with those numbers, then I just had to eat up, and yes, I grabbed a chest of my pajamas and flipped it back and forth. Cool air flowed over my sweating body. Okay, nothing before yesterday happened. Nothing at all, not even his birth. I'd forget it all. Yesterday was all a dream. What time was it? About midday. Get myself up and go to school this late seemed kind of absurd. But I needed to go. I felt like going to school would be the first step into my peaceful new life. I didn't care how late it was, I would go. I'd go to school right now and get back to the life I had retaken as soon as I could. My lazy body immediately became lighter at the foot. I rolled up out of the futon and stood onto my knees, then leaped upright. I stuck the landing. I stuck out my chest with pride at my gymnast-like pose, then took a deep breath of fresh air. The brisk morning air had been gone for a while, replaced by the crisp air of summer. Downstairs I got a stern talking to by my mother. Where were you last night? When did you get back? You need to tell me when you won't be home for dinner, things like that. But considering the importance of what I'd accomplished yesterday, a little scolding was no problem. In fact, it even felt like the sort of thing that would happen in such a peaceful life. I guess we gave an irresponsible smile and stepped out into the sun high overhead. It was around the time lunch break would be ending. Everyone would probably be worrying about me. I didn't go to the festival and now I wasn't at school. So maybe they weren't too worried about it. Sure, they would have gotten a small piece of news, but a happy one. It's okay today. Just a small piece of news that her uncle hadn't come home last night. Snook would probably live her days in Nova Center for a while, thinking they might still come home. But eventually those days would end. And finally Sudoku too would realize her uncle was never coming back. And then Rika-chan would quietly invite her. She would say, "You can live with me again." Everything would be back to normal. Our lives would go back to how they were before that man appeared. Snook would start wearing that extraordinary smile, complete with those protruding canines, and fill everyone with those traps she was so proud of. I'd probably be her first target out of everyone, but I wouldn't be mad. In fact, I might actually shed tears of joy at the return of something so normal. Stoko should gradually grow back into that meddlesome personality of hers. I mean, my lack of useful life skills was already completely exposed. I wondered if I'd ever be a match for Sudoku. But that would be such a pleasant thing to see. And with such warm, fuzzy predictions, I didn't feel bad for going to school so late. In fact, I wanted to run there now to get there as soon as I could. Instead, I decided to save the peacefulness of just going to school like normal without running. The world I'd obtained for myself that gave me joy was by walking like this. Yes, the beginning on this very day was something I'd wanted. At that monumental feat yesterday, I would never have been able to come to school so cheerfully today. The school gate came into sight. Just then I heard the principal ring the bell to mark the end of lunch break. It was a clear, refreshing sound. I stopped despite myself and let myself take it in. Tap! It stopped suddenly, so there was an extra footstep. Eerie, agonized, the blessedness I was feeling throughout my whole body withdrew into any cold it could find. And as if to replace it, I felt like hundreds of hairy caterpillars were climbing up my feet. I turned back, but of course nobody was there. A single footstep could have easily been my imagination, but the footstep felt so ominous. That extra footstep I'd heard after seeing Dr. Clan off last night. With everything that happened to that insane night, I didn't mind something like that happening once. It'd been a hell of a night after all. In fact, having just one hallucination was very fortunate. But those footsteps should have ended with yesterday, so if I heard them again today, it was really only one thing it could have meant. Last night still wasn't over. It was still going. Still, that insane night forever. The step I heard, just that one extra footstep, was quietly ridiculing the nonsensical notion that the world starting today was completely different from the one that ended yesterday. My classmates playing in the schoolyard all vanished aside like the tide going out. When I approached the school, it felt like that warm, fuzzy scene had ended, and it didn't feel good. At the entrance, I took a quick look and had read in 2 boxes. Snuka Hojo, she was here. Mion was here too, and Rena, of course. Even Rika-chan was here. Tomitake and Nakamura-kun was here. In fact, I didn't see any missing classmates. If there were shoes missing, they would have to be my own. I took my shoes off and tucked them in and took out some slippers. There wasn't a single pair left in the shoe boxes anymore. With that, they returned to their rightful states. But as I stepped up onto the wooden floor, I noticed that there was just one pair of slippers left. Fools. Soshi had never been to school since disappearing last year. Until now, he had committed the exact same act of violence, but I guess in the very end, it went differently. You couldn't make it to school, but here I am. I didn't repeat the same mistake you made. I wasn't about to let myself feel superior about that. In fact, I felt an odd sense of familiarity with him. A misfortunate bond with someone I'd never met through the following the same days. Headed down the hallway towards the usual classroom. It felt like it had been a whole year since coming here. Hey, did you forget Keiichi Maibara? Doshi Hojo didn't really disappear on the night of Tatarigoroshi, did he? Doshi Hojo disappeared. Chip, a few days later. On Sadoka's birthday, if I was right. I didn't know what day it was, but chirp. But I couldn't say for sure I'd avoided Stoshi's failure unless I remained here past that day. I was still living in that night of insanity. Sounds like a title for a H.P. Lovecraft story, that, doesn't it?